Welcome to the Sun today for the 12th of March 2025. We are currently in a geomagnetic storm, albeit a relatively mild one. While solar activity seems to be increasing, the sunspot number is up to 160. We have 3 new sunspot regions that appeared over the east limb of the Sun. Flare activity is also up, with, at least as far as C flares are concerned, we had 11 of those today. There were no M flares, and we only had 2 coronal mass ejections, which is down quite a bit from the previous day. The solar wind speed has increased to over 550 kilometers per second, which is probably why we have a geomagnetic storm at the moment. Well, let's take a look at the details of the sunspots. We have 11 numbered regions on the disk at the moment, 3 of which are new. Those are 25, 26 and 27. The sunspot area has increased to 640 millionths, compared with about 510 yesterday. But you can see that there are new regions about to come over the east limb, one in the north and one in the south, and those will probably increase the sunspot number tomorrow. As you can see from the KP index here, we are in a mild geomagnetic storm. That's a G1 level storm with KP equal to 5. The KP index itself has been increasing steadily from 3 to 5. And the auroral arc that you could see on the right here is showing a bit more color in it, so is significantly more active. Here are some pictures of the aurora taken in the last 24 hours from around the world. And you can see there's some beautiful colors here, from just plain green even to the reds and purples. The GOES X-ray flux shows the level of flaring that's going on, and you can see that over the last couple of days we had a very low level of flaring. We had a minor M flare yesterday, but generally there have been relatively few C flares. But today there's just been a mass of C flares. NOAA counts 11 here. I actually count near 14 or 15. The X-ray background has also increased now to the equivalent of a C1.5 flare. Unfortunately, we have not very much data from SOHO at the moment, and so there are relatively few CMEs visible in these pictures, and the quality of the picture is not very high. So hopefully that will be rectified in the next day or two. Let's stare into a crystal ball and see what the forecast is. Now, one thing to do is to check how well my forecasts were going, for example, since yesterday. Here is the slide since yesterday. I claimed that the sunspot number would increase, which it did. I indicated that the flare rate would likely increase, which it did. I forecast that the solar wind would drop, which it didn't, and we'd have no geomagnetic storms, which is obviously incorrect as well. So 2 out of 4 isn't bad, but we could have probably done just as well flipping a coin. So let's look into the same crystal ball and see what today's forecast is. I think the sunspot number will remain similar, possibly go up a little bit. Flare rate will be increasing in number and intensity, so hopefully we'll get some M flares in the next day. The solar wind speed is high, but will moderate likely in the next 24 hours. More low-level geomagnetic storms are possible, but certainly I don't think we're going to get any major or significant geomagnetic storms in the next few days, unless we get a major coronal mass ejection heading our way. Once again, thank you for listening. If you enjoy these videos, please pass them on to friends or neighbors or relations who you think might benefit from understanding more about how the sun works. And so until next time, stay safe and goodbye.